There was a time on Earth when energy resources, such as electricity, oil, and natural gas, were on the verge of extinction. People had to think twice before turning on a light bulb. Because of the lack of natural gas, food shortages increased, and transportation came to a standstill. But now, all that is a thing of the past. Today, the world is free from such problems, and this has been made possible thanks to helium-3, discovered by Lunar Industries. This company uses helium-3 to produce safe fusion energy that meets 70% of Earth's energy consumption. Helium-3 is found in the sun and carried by the solar wind. When the solar wind comes from the sun, it spreads through space, and when it reaches the lunar surface, the lunar soil absorbs the helium in that solar wind. This has been happening for billions of years, creating a large buildup of helium in the lunar soil. Lunar Industries extracted this helium from the lunar surface. To do this, they built a mining base in a remote part of the moon, where the soil had the highest concentration of helium. Lunar Industries harvesters extracted helium from the lunar soil day and night, then shipped it to Earth. This mining base was fully automated, so only one engineer was needed to manage it. Lunar Industries signed 3-year contracts with each engineer. When a contract ended, they would bring the engineer back to Earth and send a new one to the moon. At that time, engineer Sam Bell was managing the base. The harvesters extracted helium from the lunar soil and stored it in containers. Sam's work began from there. Sam would take the rover to the harvesters, collect the extracted helium-3 containers, and launch them toward Earth using a launcher spacecraft. If any of the harvesters malfunctioned, Sam repaired them. To help Sam, the base had an AI robot named GERTY, programmed to assist engineers. However, GERTY wasn't designed like a human, so he couldn't leave the base. Instead, he was attached to the ceiling and moved around using tracks on the roof. Spending 3 years alone in that empty and lifeless place was extremely difficult. On top of that, GERTY had told Sam that their communication satellite had failed, so they couldn't make live calls. There was no direct communication possible between the moon and Earth. They could only send and receive video messages. To cope with his loneliness, Sam often talked with GERTY. He had also grown some plants there. He cared for them like a father, and when he had nothing else to do, he spent time making wooden models. When Sam first left for the moon, his wife Tess was pregnant. Sometime later, Tess gave birth to a girl, and they named her Eve. Sam's daughter was now 3 years old, but Sam had only seen her through video recordings. Now, Sam's 3-year contract with the company was about to end. He was excited to return to Earth and finally meet Tess and Eve. One day, Sam was watching TV while working on his wooden models. After a while, he turned off the TV and went to make coffee. As he went to get hot water, he started filling it into a cup, when suddenly he saw a girl sitting on a chair in front of him. Not knowing who she was, Sam froze in shock. In that moment, his hand moved into the hot water, making him jump in pain. The next second, when he looked back at the chair, the girl had disappeared. This was definitely strange, but Sam thought it was just his imagination. He didn't overthink it. Sam bandaged his hand with GERTY's help and went to sleep. The next morning, when Sam woke up, he saw that the harvester had loaded another container with helium-3. Sam immediately took his rover and headed toward the harvester to collect the container. The massive harvester continued extracting helium-3 from the soil, blowing rocks and dust behind it. Sam's rover was just about to reach the harvester when suddenly, through the dust, he saw the face of the same girl he had seen sitting on the chair the previous night. Sam, stunned and confused, simply stared at her. In that moment, Sam's rover crashed directly into the wheel of the harvester, severely injuring him, and the harvester also stopped. Sam's rover was completely destroyed in the accident, causing the oxygen inside it to start leaking rapidly. Seeing this, Sam immediately put on his spacesuit helmet, and the next moment, he fell unconscious. A short while later, when Sam woke up, he found himself lying on a stretcher, with GERTY attending to him. Sam asked GERTY, "Where am I?" GERTY replied, You're in the base's medical room right now. You had an accident, and you were injured. Do you remember anything about it?" Sam tried hard to think, but strangely, he couldn't remember anything about the accident. However, he did remember GERTY. GERTY told him, "Your brain was slightly injured during the accident, so you don't remember some things. Your body is still weak, so I've been ordered to keep you here in the medical room for a few days." Saying this, GERTY left. A while later, Sam heard GERTY talking to someone outside. Hearing this, Sam got out of bed to go outside. Even though Sam was in such bad condition that he couldn't walk properly, he somehow managed to step out. When he came out, he saw GERTY talking to the command center on a computer through a video call, informing them about the harvester's breakdown. Sam had been told that the communication satellite had malfunctioned, preventing any live communication with Earth. So, how was GERTY talking to his commander on a video call? When Sam approached, GERTY immediately ended the call. Sam asked GERTY who he was talking to. GERTY lied and said he wasn't talking to anyone, but was recording a video message. Sam didn't question him further. After some time, Sam's condition improved. Meanwhile, he noticed that the harvester he had collided with was still broken. Sam decided to go outside the base and fix it, but then he noticed that GERTY had locked all the doors. Sam asked GERTY to unlock the door, but GERTY told him he couldn't let him leave the base until Sam was completely physically and mentally recovered. GERTY then showed Sam a video message from their commanding officers, in which they explained that they were sending a rescue team to the moon to repair the damaged harvester. They would fix it, and after that, the base would become fully operational again. They ordered Sam to remain inside the base until the rescue team arrived and repaired everything. Sam's mind became even more disturbed after watching the message. Even though he was completely healed, the commanding officers still didn't want him to leave the base. Sam wanted to get out at any cost. Then, he got an idea. He opened a compartment and cut a pipe with a knife, causing gas to leak from the pipe. This triggered an emergency alarm throughout the base. Sam then called GERTY over. GERTY immediately began repairing the pipe. Meanwhile, Sam said to GERTY, "I think a micrometeoroid hit our base and created a hole in this pipe. It may have also damaged the outer shell of the base, so I need to go outside and inspect it." However, GERTY refused to let him go outside. He said he had orders from the command center not to let Sam leave the base. Sam told GERTY that this space base was extremely fragile, and even the smallest mistake could destroy the entire structure. Sam continued, "Look, GERTY, if you want, we won't let this news reach the command center, but please let me go outside and investigate." GERTY agreed. Sam immediately went to the room where his spacesuits were kept. Strangely, one of the spacesuits had disappeared from the room. Sam didn't think much about it. He put on the other spacesuit and left the base. Sam then got into his rover and headed toward the broken harvester. Upon arriving, Sam saw that his rover was still lying buried under the harvester. He looked through the rover's window and saw that a spacesuit was still inside. Sam immediately climbed into the rover, and as he lifted the helmet from the spacesuit, he was stunned by what he saw. Inside the spacesuit lay an unconscious, injured Sam. But how was that possible? If Sam was still lying injured in the rover, then who was the other Sam who had woken up in the medical room? That other Sam picked up the injured Sam and brought him back to the base. When he arrived at the base, he angrily asked GERTY, "Who is this man? Why does he look like me?" GERTY brushed off Sam 2's question, saying, "He needs treatment. We have to take him to the medical room immediately." A short while later, the injured Sam woke up on a stretcher and asked, "Where am I?" GERTY replied, "Sam, you're in the base's medical room. You had an accident with a harvester. Do you remember anything about that?" Sam replied, "Yes, I remember. I saw a girl's face in the dust. That distracted me, and it all happened." Sam too was also present in the room, listening to Sam's conversation while avoiding his gaze. Sam, however, felt that Sam too might just be his imagination. Sam asked GERTY, "Is there anyone else here besides us?" GERTY deflected the question, saying, "Sam, you need rest. Rest now." Hearing this, Sam began staring at Sam too. Seeing this, Sam too avoided his gaze and walked away. After a while, Sam got up from his bed and came outside. He saw Sam too exercising in a room. Now Sam understood that the other Sam was not his imagination, but real. He immediately went to GERTY and asked him, "Who is that man, and why does he look like me?" GERTY replied, "He's also Sam Bell." Hearing this, Sam was shocked. He went to Sam too and said, "GERTY is saying that you're also Sam Bell, but I'm Sam Bell too. Who are you? And when did you come here?" Sam too replied, "I was sent here just a week ago. I think you're my clone." Hearing this, Sam became irritated and said, "What did you say? I'm a clone. I've been here for 3 years." Sam too just smiled and stayed silent. A while later, Sam was watering the plants when Sam too came up to him and started staring at him. Then Sam told him, "I don't know who you are, but I want to thank you for saving my life." Saying this, Sam extended a hand of friendship to Sam too, but Sam too turned his back on him. They continued to argue for a while. During their conversation, they also discovered that their memories were exactly the same. However, it was strange that Sam too remembered his wife Tess, but he had no memory of his daughter, Eve. Meanwhile, Sam received a video message from the command center informing him that the rescue team had departed for the moon and would land there in 14 hours. Hearing this, Sam was shocked. He couldn't understand why his commanding officers were sending a rescue team, but then Sam guessed that perhaps they were sending the team to take him back to Earth, since he was injured and his 3-year contract with the company was about to expire. But Sam too asked him, "Do you really think they're coming to rescue you? Look, I've realized that neither of us is the real Sam Bell. We're clones of the real Sam Bell. So as soon as you had an accident, our commanding officers assumed you were dead and immediately brought me back to the base. Now think about it. I can fix that broken harvester too. Then why are our commanding officers sending a rescue team to fix it? The truth is, they don't want me going outside the base to repair the harvester and meet my clone, that is, you. So they trapped me inside the base and are sending a rescue team so they can eliminate you, fix the harvester, and erase all evidence of your existence. And they expect me to never learn the truth. Even though I sneaked out and found you, our commanding officers don't know that. They still think I haven't discovered the truth, so they're sending a rescue team to hide everything." But Sam wasn't ready to accept that he was a clone. He walked away angrily. A while later, Sam was busy making wooden models to calm his mind when Sam too approached him. He asked, "Did you notice how quickly I ended up in the base's medical room after your accident? It's impossible for the company to send me from Earth to the moon that fast. So I think I was already here, and if I was here, there must be more clones here. There must be a secret room where all the clones are stored." Sam laughed and said, "I've been here for 3 years, and I know every corner of this base. There's no secret chamber here. And as for clones, why would our commanding officers need clones when they can use humans?" Sam too replied, "Maybe you're forgetting that we work for a company, and for any company, profit and loss matter. Now think about it. If the company invests money every 3 years to send a human from Earth to this faraway place on the moon, it would cost them a lot, and the person's life would also be at risk. So the company created numerous clones like us and hid them somewhere on the moon. If a clone dies for any reason, they simply awaken another clone and put him to work. This way, the company saves a lot of money. And think about why they haven't fixed the communication satellite yet. Because they're afraid that if we start talking live to Earth, someone might discover the truth about us being clones." But Sam still found Sam too's words absurd. Sam too became extremely frustrated. He angrily went out and started searching for the secret room. He searched every inch of the base, but found no trace of it. Then Sam too came to Sam and asked him to move the table with the wooden models so he could investigate underneath. But Sam refused to even touch his wooden models. This enraged Sam too, and he began to push Sam away. A fight broke out between them. Then Sam too struck Sam, breaking his nose and throwing him aside. He then knocked over the wooden table and searched the floor for the secret room, but found nothing there. Meanwhile, Sam attacked Sam 2 from behind, but Sam 2 grabbed his neck. Blood spurted from Sam's nose. Seeing this, Sam 2 let go and apologized. Sam walked away angrily. However, Sam was now starting to sense that something was wrong. After a while, when he had calmed down, he went to GERTY and asked, "GERTY, am I really a clone?" GERTY said, "Do you remember, Sam, 3 years ago when you first came to this base, you woke up in the base's medical room, and I told you that your spaceship had crash-landed, injuring you. I also told you your brain was hurt in the accident, which is why you couldn't remember anything. You were very weak at that time, but there was no accident, nor did you come from a spaceship. Instead, you are a clone. You were awakened in the medical room. It takes some time for the mind and body of clones to adjust after awakening, which is why they can't balance their bodies properly at first. So we tell them a fake accident story, so they stay in the medical room until their mind and body are fully coordinated. This is our procedure. We do the same with all clones." Hearing this, Sam was shocked. He said, "This is impossible. What about my wife Tess and my daughter Eve? Does that mean the memories in my mind aren't real?" GERTY explained, "Those memories belong to the real Sam Bell. They were edited and uploaded into your mind." As soon as the truth was revealed, Sam became extremely depressed. He began behaving like a lunatic, playing loud music on the music player and dancing to the song. Then Sam 2 approached him. Sam 2 first apologized repeatedly to Sam, then said, "When I woke up in the medical room, I heard GERTY talking live to our commanding officer on a video call." Hearing this, Sam said, "You've started again. You know the communication satellite is out of order, so we can't talk live to anyone, and no one can contact us." Sam 2 replied, "Believe me, they're lying. Nothing happened to the satellite. They're blocking the satellite signal so we can't contact Earth. But when they need to talk live, they unblock the signal and block it again afterward." Sam said, "I know they're not blocking the signal from our computer system. Otherwise, I would have known by now." Sam 2 replied, "Maybe they're blocking it from outside the base." To find out the truth, both of them took their rovers and went in different directions. They kept moving away from the base, searching for the signal, when suddenly an alert appeared on their rovers. Leaving working parameters. It was a limit. The company had set a working boundary on the moon, and they were not allowed to go beyond it, but they had just crossed that limit. When they went a little further, they saw something that shocked them. Sam got off the rover and looked around. It was a large antenna. That antenna was actually a signal jammer installed around the base. The signal jammer had been installed by the lunar company itself so that no direct satellite signal could reach the base, preventing the clones from communicating live with Earth. Sam was looking at it when suddenly his health started deteriorating. He vomited blood inside his suit. He quickly got into his rover, started it, and returned to the base. He vomited blood again. Then Sam noticed that one of his teeth had fallen out along with the blood. Sam couldn't understand why his condition was getting worse. Then it occurred to him, if each clone's contract was 3 years, what happened to them in the 3rd year? Sam was convinced that just as he kept his own video logs day by day, the clones who had worked there before him must also have created their own video logs in the computer database. To find out, Sam tried to open the computer database, but it was locked with a password, and Sam didn't know it. Just then, GERTY arrived, entered the password, and opened the database. Sam then saw that for nearly 15 years, clones had been awakened and forced to work at that base, one after another. Meanwhile, Sam found a video log from 3 years after the clone who had arrived there before him. In that video log, that clone also looked very sick. He said that his hair had suddenly started falling out and he was vomiting blood. Finally, the clone lay down in a sleeping pod, where he was told that he was being sent to Earth. This journey would take 3 days, and for his own safety, he had to remain asleep inside the sleeping pod. But he had no idea what happened to him after he entered the pod. Then Sam watched more videos of other clones. They too had fallen ill in their 3rd year, and eventually went to sleep in that same pod. but what happened to them after that was not shown in any video. Curious, Sam got up and went to the sleeping pod himself and closed it. Just then, a sudden flash of light appeared inside the pod. When Sam looked around the pod, he saw something like ashes in one corner. Sam understood everything. In reality, when a clone's 3-year contract ended, they weren't sent to Earth. Instead, they were tricked into entering that pod and burned. Just thinking about this made Sam tremble. Then, his eyes fell on the side of the pod, where he noticed a chamber on the floor. Using tools, he opened the chamber and discovered a secret room inside. Sam, too, had just returned to the base. Sam told him that he had found the secret room he was searching for. Hearing this, Sam, too, entered the room with him. They saw that the room was filled with numerous clones of Sam. This meant everything Sam, too, had said was true. Every 3 years, the company destroyed one clone and awakened another. Meanwhile, Sam remembered something. He picked up his laptop and drove the rover to the signal jammer antenna, from where he could contact Earth. He made a video call to his wife, Tess, but instead of Tess, a girl answered the call. Strangely, this girl was the same one Sam had seen in visions. During the call, Sam had covered his camera. Sam asked the girl, "Can I talk to Tess Bell?" The girl replied, "Sorry, she died a few years ago." Hearing this, Sam asked in shock, "How can you say with such certainty that Tess is dead?" The girl replied, "Because I'm her daughter. My name is Eve." Hearing this, Sam was stunned. He asked Eve her age. Eve replied she was 15 years old. Sam then asked how Tess had died. Eve began calling out to her father, saying, "Someone is asking about Mom's death." Then a voice came from inside. "Wait, sweetheart, I'll be right there." The voice belonged to the real Sam Bell, meaning the real Sam Bell was alive on Earth with his family. Realizing this, Sam immediately disconnected the call. This truth broke Sam completely. Now he was convinced that he would never return to Earth. He began crying. After a while, Sam came back to the base. His condition had worsened. He was shivering from the cold. Seeing this, Sam too became worried. He helped Sam into bed. After that, he checked Sam's laptop and found the recording of the conversation between Sam and Eve. This revealed the entire truth to him. Then, Sam too thought of something and immediately went to GERTY. With GERTY's help, he began the process of awakening a new clone of Sam. After that, Sam too went to Sam and told him, "You've spent 3 years here, so now you should go to Earth and start your new life. I've thought of a plan. I'll hide you in a helium-3 container and launch you toward Earth. Once you reach Earth, you'll get out of the launcher and run away. This will set you free forever. But there is a problem. The rescue team is arriving soon. If they don't find you in the crashed rover, they'll know that we discovered the truth. They won't just kill me. They'll also track you down and kill you on Earth. That's why I've awakened a new clone. We'll kill that clone to fool the rescue team and put it in your place in the rover. This way, they won't doubt our plan." Although Sam 2's plan was effective, Sam didn't want to kill the clone. On top of that, Sam's condition had worsened. He told Sam 2, "I don't think I'll survive long enough to reach Earth, so I want you to go to Earth in my place, and I'll return to the crashed rover, because we can't kill anyone." Although Sam 2 wasn't happy with this decision, he agreed after Sam insisted. He began helping Sam move toward the crashed rover. They were talking and walking when suddenly, Sam fainted. Seeing this, Sam too realized Sam's end was near. He left Sam inside the rover, said goodbye to him like a true friend, and returned to the base to prepare for his journey to Earth through the launcher. Just then, GERTY arrived and told Sam too that everything that had happened was recorded in his database. If the rescue team checked his data, GERTY would be exposed as soon as Sam too reached Earth, and the company would kill him. So GERTY said, "Sam, I want you to be safe. Before you leave, you must reboot me, so all my data will be erased. I don't want any harm to come to you." Hearing this, Sam respectfully erased GERTY's data. He then boarded the launcher and departed for Earth just moments before the rescue team arrived. By the time the team reached the base, the newly awakened clone had already come to life. The rescue team assumed this new clone was the same one awakened after the Harvester accident, and that he had sent the helium-3 containers to Earth in the launcher. They didn't notice Sam 2 escaping. Meanwhile, Sam, who was inside the damaged rover, was still alive, but breathing his final breaths. He saw Sam 2 heading toward Earth and peacefully accepted his death. In fact, Sam died because every clone had a lifespan of only 3 years, and after 3 years, they became sick and died naturally. A few days later, news began spreading across Earth that a clone of Sam Bell had returned from the moon and accused Lunar Industries of forcing clones to work there and manipulating their emotions. Sam 2 provided the government with all the evidence of Lunar Industries' cruel actions, which caused massive outrage. The company's reputation collapsed, and its stock value crashed. This is where the story ends.